welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel with your host, Roy Rogers. Anyway, today, this is a limited time item, the Kudasai Night Helmet. You might want to get it. It's 1,500 reward points, which translates to 15 US dollars. Not too sure how that would translate in euro or. Yeah.
Probably 10 euros or something.
Yes, to 10 euros for the Kusai Night Helmet. So, and my new outfit consists of the Kudasai Night Helmet. Um, Another, and you heard OldKeith's voice. Um, we are going to talk about and OldKeith said thank you for attending this program.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes. So I want to go ahead and talk about this first. I noticed that OU already is all sorted out. Um, and I was curious. Did you go through each and every single one of those Pokemon? Because I think you're part of the tier list council, right?
Yeah, I'm part of the NU council. We don't have NU yet, but I was in the meeting that decided the cutoff points. Let me explain first how it works. Because OU is split into two parts right now. It's OU, which means the Pokemon that are based on usage. So the most used ones go to OU. Then you have the BL borderline part, which is also part of the OU. But in order to get there, the Pokemon aren't necessarily based on usage, but they are too strong for an inferior UU tier. So now we are basically discussing what should be banned from UU, aka being in BL tier.
All right. Um. So I'm kind of curious about this. I spoke to or actually not really spoke, but I PM'd RoboFiend. Um, I think it was Sunday, and I asked him about the new structure of the tier list council, and he says it's going to be based now. Now the moving is going to be based on usage points instead of power. So does that mean that let's just say that the people decide to use Charizard the most in UU? Um, will that be moved to OU, or will it be moved to this new borderline tier?
Um, Neither of those. Usage in OU does not affect bans from UU. If you use a Pokemon in OU a lot, it would be banned from UU. But if you use it in UU, it doesn't mean it's banned from UU. It would be just banned from the inferior tier. So in order to be banned from UU, it just needs to be proved somehow that it's too strong for the tier, and then it would go to BL, which means banning it from UU.
All right.
The only way to ban it, because right now Charizard is not in OU. The only way to make it OU by usage stats is if everyone starts playing it, and then it will automatically become OU due to usage.
All
But
right.
not be careful here. Not if they play it in UU. If they play it in OU.
All right. So in other words, from OU onward, it's based on strength, and from UU and NU, it's based on usage, right?
No, no, no. They're all based on usage. Um, if you use something a lot in OU, it becomes banned in the inferior tier. If you use something a lot in UU, it becomes banned in NU, and so on.
So are you trying? So is the tier list council trying to find that equilibrium? To like, for instance, Swampert is used just as much as Blaziken, and Blaziken is being used as much as Venusaur is being used. Are you trying to find that equilibrium?
Well, basically, the main job of the council would be to ban the things that are not used enough to become automatically OU. Um, Let me look here at the list, just a second. Actually, you can see it in the Pokédex as well if you go to OU tier. So here you have, for example, Arcanine. That it's OU because it was used a lot. Uh, but then again, you have Slacking, which doesn't see a lot of usage in OU. So the council banned it from UU because it was deemed too strong for the tier. So it became BL, borderline, which means it's banned from UU, but it's not really used in OU.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. I mean, so so in the Pokedex, are you planning to make new tiers like BL1 and BL2? Like,
No, probably not, because that would be too confusing for the players. The BL things would go into the overused list, and the BL2 would go into the underused ones. Otherwise, it would be just too confusing for players. They could just look it up on forums if they want to see it in depth, or just discuss it there in the competition uh, alley.
all right. And here's another question though. I noticed this in my filming on the last OU in the last tournament. There was a complaint about the self KO clause. Um, so are you okay with the self KO clause?
Well, that complaint was because the self-KO clause was made for the singles battle, and it was applied in a doubles battle, and because of that, Frags, who was supposed to win it, just lost his match, because what he did was he protected one of his Pokemon and used Explosion with the other. In singles, you cannot use Explosion with your last remaining one because it means you suicide yourself and you would automatically lose. So the game just prevents you from doing that. But in doubles, it shouldn't be like that because he wasn't blowing up all his remaining things. He still had one thing that used protect.
Yes. So so uh in other words
Yeah,
so
it should be adjusted. It works for singles, but it wasn't thought for doubles. It wasn't thought out well. And because of that, you see, like, player just loses a way to win just because of a game bug, essentially.
all right.
Just because of a mechanic that wasn't thought well enough for doubles.
All right, and then here's another question though. The I saw in a post that the Double JJ was advertising um about Bellyzard. Are you are you um are you frightened about Bellyzard or not really?
Well, it's quite dangerous because after the split, it gets the most common set is substitute belly drum, and after substitute and belly drum, it will go to 25% health, which means one, he will get the Salak berry boost, which makes it fast enough to outspeed anything else, including Jolteon. And also, you get in the Blaze range, which is his ability to increase his fire moves by 50%. Then you get +6 because of Belligerent, so you get maximum attack. So Fire Punch will do tremendous damage, and then you have Thunder Punch as well to cover for the water resistances. So it has really good coverage, outspeeds everything, and it hits really, really, really hard. It one shots almost everything. It one shots Wheezing, for example, which is a physical wall. It just one shots it with Fire Punch.
All right, yeah.
So
Um,
yeah, it would probably be too strong for you if it manages to set up there. It's clearly game probably unless you need to run some heavy priority users in order to take it down.
all right, and here's another question though. It's just out of my self analysis. Um, Cloister. I noticed that the Cloister is an OU, and I mean, isn't Cloister supposed to be in UU though?
Well, the usage shows that it should be in OU because I have to repeat it's based on usage. The OU tier that it is now it's based only on what people use at official tournaments. So if everyone uses uh, I don't know, a mobile in OU. If everyone has one in their team, it would become OU because of the usage. That's how it works now.
Oh, all right. So, in other words, so how do you all base the tiering? Do you all attend officials and spectate battles and stuff and take notes?
Well, there are the GMs. I'm not sure if CMs can see team, but GMs can see the teams and they write them down. And at the end of the each official, they just write down all the teams, calculate how many of each were used, and based on that, we just create usage stats. I'm not spectating officials because I participate in them, but no, then other staff members they do take notes, and we do have information about each official, what's used, and so on.
All right. And here's another question though. I noticed that in some battles in the tournament, I I saw um I saw like you know I didn't really see Chansey though, but I did see Blissey with Wish, but what am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, um sorry about I'm trying to lump two questions in one.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and ask question one. So about Blissey, why um why did the are you in charge of giving Blissey moves?
What do you mean giving it moves?
Like for instance, um Blissey can learn Wish, and I don't think Blissey I've never really seen a Blissey learn Wish before. So you is
Well, it's an event move. You get it in the trainer towers. Right now, the game works as following. Like, if each Pokemon gets access to any move it had in each generation, so you can just get event move. Event moves come from the trainer tower. You get battle points and buy them. Egg moves from breeding, and the rest of the moves either by TM or level up. So you get everything basically, even from later generations on.
but is the tier list council in charge of what Pokemon get certain moves or not really?
I think it's the game developers, to be honest, but they just look at the list. They just take the list from because there are various websites that show information about those moves, and based on those websites, the developers just add them to the game.
All right. Yeah, that's nice to have event moves. I mean, Dragonite can learn Hydro Pumps, so yeah.
Well, Dragonite was actually too strong because of extreme speed. That's the event move that made it downward.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and the second question though, I do want to ask about the second question. Chansey. I want to touch on Chansey.
Sure.
Chansey is no, I mean it. Chansey has its older sister Blissey in OU though, so I'm just curious though. People, I didn't see people using Chansey in the officials. So,
Okay, so open your Pokédex for a bit and go to the overused tier.
yep.
Okay, so there you see all the Pokemon that based on usage got moved to OU, with two exceptions. Slacking and Chansey. Those are the only ones that weren't really used much, but they were put in BL borderline because they were deemed too strong for UU, so they were moved up. But everything else is just based on usage, except for those two.
All right. And um and one last question before we well before we well, before we go
Sure.
um so um are you Are you enjoying being in the tier list council?
Yeah, I mean it's great fun. We don't really have much to do now since I'm in the NU now, so I'm gonna have to wait a few more months till we get NU back. But it's great. I like working with them.
Nice. All right. Well, um, old Keith, thank you for being in the studio.
You're welcome.
Anyway, this is the Roy Rogers News Channel. I don't know how the guy behind me got here, but the, this is the Roy Rogers News Channel. Anyway, please uh, well, like this video, uh, comment or subscribe, and yeah, this is the Roy Rogers News Channel signing off.